Can I have a volunteer to read our learning target today? Jessica?
I can graph the function and show its key features.
Okay, we are going to start off class by actually doing this with our bodies. So if I could have everyone, actually no, let me explain the activity first. So what we're going to do is I have pieces of tape on the floor that are marked off, and I want you guys to create graphs connecting those 2 points. So if I'm a person, I would be standing here, maybe Jessica would be standing here, Tori would be here, and we're going to connect these 2 pieces of duct tape that are double duct taped. There's one over here that we're going to be using later, but for right now just use these 2 dots. So if you guys could stand up and come to the front of the classroom. So I want you guys to connect those 2 pieces of duct tape for right now. Go ahead, Jessica, come on up and connect. Perfect. Good job, guys. Now I want you guys to, I know it's hard with 3 people, but try and figure out a way to connect that last dot with the 2 other pieces of duct tape. So you could stand here, you could come here. You don't have to connect that way, you just have to connect the 3 dots.
I'll get in the 3 dots.
There we go. All right, perfect, guys. Go ahead and sit down now. So what you guys did just now was you guys created graphs with your body. And each of you guys was a coordinate. It could be a coordinate anywhere, but each person represented a point on that line. So that's what you guys are doing, and that's what we're going to be doing today with our notes. So let me pull those up. And today with our notes, we're going to be using a graphic organizer, which is going to help you guys organize your notes a little bit better. So our PowerPoint is structured to the graphic organizer, and I want you guys to fill it out as you go. So we have our topic. Go ahead and put our topic down under that category. And let me know, look up at me when you guys are done. On. Okay, so we have already learned about slopes and y-intercepts. Good job, guys. You guys have already learned that. We're going to do a little review just because it's really important for this lesson. So we know that our slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where y and x are our variables. We learned about variables from Myron's lesson. We know our slope is the m coefficient. And we know that our y-intercept is our b coefficient. So an example of that is y equals 3x plus 2. So now as a table, you would normally split them into groups. As a table, I want you guys to discuss what we just learned. What we're reviewing. Discuss that for me.
2 is y-intercept, 3 is the slope.
Tori, can you tell me what you guys just learned about?
2 is the intercept, 3 is the slope, and x is the variable.
What can you tell me about y equals 3x plus 2? What kind of form is that?
A line.
Is it our slope-intercept form?
Yes.
Is it our function notation?
Yes, it's
Slope-intercept form? Perfect. Okay, let's move on. So that should go in the review box. If you guys see that, make sure you guys are putting that in the review box. And look up at me when you guys are done. All right, so you guys have a box for technique 1. I want you guys to write this technique down real quick. Go ahead and look up at me when you're done. Don't write the steps yet, just write the technique. We're going to go over the steps, and I want you to write those down as we go. So go ahead and look at me when you're done with the technique. Okay, so our steps for graphing using a table. You guys have an example of a table right next to your steps. Look at that. That's what we're going to be doing today. So as I say the steps, I want you to write down each one, okay? Our first step is we're going to make a t-chart, as you guys see to the right of your box. We're then going to pick an x value. We will plug that x value into the equation, and then we're going to solve for our y value. We're gonna repeat this step until we get a few different x values and a few different y values, and then we're gonna graph. So go ahead and look up at me when you guys have all those steps down. Now I'm gonna want you guys to take a few minutes and discuss, or a few seconds and discuss what we just learned and what we just talked about. Discuss the steps.
Step one, make T chart, choose this.
And pick values to plug in for the x variable.
And then
Think
let's-
about any questions you guys might have for me. Discuss any questions as well.
And then plug in the x value, into the equation, solve for y.
How do I solve it and b? I don't know.
And I wonder how many values we have to plug in.
So, can you tell me one thing you guys have a question for?
I'm curious how to solve the equation if I just know x.
Okay,